Welcome to Gamer Nav's channel. I'm Rays and we've got Monk on as well today. We're going to be talking about War Thunder. So we're looking at Mediterranean Island. It's a typical map in the game. We're going to be watching Monk's screen while he plays. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the game. Basically on this map here there are some enemy ground units that are attacking, and as aircraft you have to neutralize them, but obviously you have to avoid enemy aircraft at the same time. You can form up with your buddies and join up a squad, and your buddies will appear in green. If you look at the mini map on the top right, you can see there's lots of things in blue and lots of things in red. Guess what? The enemies are red, right? Simple as that. Your buddies are green, your side is blue, and the enemies are red. So basically you check the mini-map and you look for your next target, and depending on what aircraft you've picked, you're going to use that to engage the enemy, whether it be aeroplanes, bomb their bases, or bomb their tanks or whatever. So that's the basic idea of the game, and if you like flying, you are going to love this game.
Yeah.
Monk, over to you for a wee minute.
Probably, as you can see, the scenery in the game is absolutely fantastic, and believe it or not, it's a free game. It is extremely well optimised. The flight controls are pretty easy to work out and to get a hold of, and as you can see, it's pretty simple to pick off targets, but you can change your modes from arcade, realism, and what's the other one, Chris?
Historical, which is even harder.
Yeah. As you can see, I'm taking out quite a few points just now. I always end up getting taken everywhere, you deal. Oh, pull out, pull out, pull out. Got a sweet kill, so I did Chris, like, basically flown top of the roof.
Nice. Nice.
I've got a fuel leak. Those DO217s are murder.
Yep. And I'm getting I'm having some fun with 3 aircraft on my tail at the moment. I switched to rear gunner. My rear gunner's dead, so that didn't help. So wish me luck on that. No. I did, however, get 1 kill before that happened, so that helps. So I had a BF 109. They've got nice cannons on them. You basically want to try and be flying a plane that's got a cannon on it as opposed to a normal machine gun, for obvious reasons. When you start off with very basic aircraft, as you might imagine, and you upgrade them as you go. You totally choose how you want to research your aeroplanes. You can go the bomber route only, you can choose a mixture of fighters and bombers, or you can just choose fighters. You get research points in the game, which you can then allocate to various new parts of your airplane. Like, for example, you can increase the engine capacity, the airframe, which allows for more damage before you die, and all sorts of things. So there's lots of things you can adjust on your aircraft, including you can completely skin them in the game. And as you upgrade and go through the game, you get custom skins that you can apply. You kind of earn them, as well as earning points. And there's an in-game currency called Golden Eagles, which you get quite a lot of when you first start, but then gets scarce later on. And then there are Silver Lions, which you earn with every game. And you can purchase various things with those, obviously. You can also, if you wish, you can go outside of the game and you can buy Golden Eagles from Gaijin, which is the developer. You just go to their website and you buy £5 worth, £10 worth, whatever. Pretty expensive way to play the game if you keep upgrading through buying, but on the other hand, it's quite slow to upgrade in the later stages, because the better aircraft you have, the less XP you gain. So a noob tip: stick with your real basic aircraft if you want XP.
Yes.
I think I helped you with that kill, bro.
Yeah, I've got one my tail, one my tail.
It's alright, I've got him, and I've just taken hits on him. You just stay where you are, I'll
You've
have him
got two,
minced.
you've got two in your tail.
That's okay, I've got my pretty decent plane. I got a critical hit on him, bro. And he's down. There he is. Aircraft destroyed. Now I just need to get my butt out of here.
I've managed to hook round onto the guys that are coming from Europe.
Good. And now my cannons are back online. So I'm going to try and go right, do a 360. I'm going to slow right down, which is a core tactic, and let them fly right past you, and then you just jump onto their tail. It's not going to happen though, because he's ruined me. I'm down.
That's that.
So it was an MC202 that took me there. So I tend to fly Spitfires. I take the UK team. There are 5 basic teams in this game. 2 of the teams, the Russians and the Germans, will also allow you to play with tanks. They're not available in the other countries yet, but the countries you can fly their airplanes are UK, America, Russian, German and Japanese. And there are probably a couple of hundred aircraft between those 5 countries to play with. And I'm not sure about tanks because we haven't explored that much, but there are certainly at least a third of the amount of tanks as there are airplanes. So there's plenty of different vehicles to play around with. A lot of depth to a free-to-play game, to be honest. Very, very useful. If you even like flying, this is the game for you, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing is, you can purchase more slots for planes, but they do cost quite a hefty amount, so they do as you purchase more. But each slot is like 1 life, which is pretty good. As you can see, the Air Cobras in the American class is pretty epic. They've got cannons, and you just literally need to get a hit with that cannon, and that plane is out of there. But if you come against an Air Cobra, they're pretty irritating.
Yeah, they are quite manoeuvrable, and they've got some very good guns on them.
Okay, so you hit it at 12 when they've done that.
And you did nothing about it.
I was flying towards you. Oh, now they've just changed to me.
It's not good.
That's not good. Right.
Probably a rookie mistake is to fly into the fray and find yourself surrounded by enemy planes. Not a good idea, which is what I just did there. Mainly because we're concentrating on narrating the game rather than actually playing it. But nevertheless, it's good to stick with your own side and try and pick off enemies with 3 or 4 of you, picking them off. It's definitely a better way to survive in the game. If you find yourself flying in on the mini-map and you've got 5 enemies ahead of you, bad idea. Anyway, in this game at the moment, you can see that the Reds have the upper hand. The tickets at the top, they have more tickets left, which means we need to do more to destroy their ground targets and base. We've been concentrating too much on the enemy aircraft, I think. So I'm going to fly in and see if I can take some AA out.
I've took down 5 planes, I'm doing not too bad.
It's all good.
Just so you know, we ain't anything like Baron Von Games or anything, we're not exactly veterans of War Thunder yet. So our gameplay is we get good kills, but we're not going to be up there with the 50 kills and all that.
That's it, but then the videos that we're making are more for beginners or players who haven't played this game before and maybe want to get an understanding of whether it's for them. That was an awesome kill. I just took out 2 enemies there.
About to get destroyed, I'm pulling out.
Ooh.
No, I think I'm way about there.
Yeah, I've got about 5 on me. Yeah, it's not good. I'm down.
this is my last plane, so I'm trying to stay alive for the VLC.
Okay, so Drake's in his... Monk's in his Aerocobra. Yeah, I know. And I'm going to narrate while Drake takes on some enemies, and I'll give a bit more commentary about what's going on.
Okay.
So at the moment, Monk's heading for an A20G. They're quite a formidable enemy because they have a rear gunner. And whilst you have the speed and the maneuverability, those rear gunners have some pretty reasonable weapons, and most of the time you're going to be trying to attack an enemy from the front, from the rear, because you're chasing up with them. But that sometimes isn't the best tactic depending on the plane you're going after. Sometimes you want to attack them from above because then you have speed as you dive down on them. None of that's going to be happening in this video, however.
Get smashed with a Spitfire.
And cut.